Welcome to another edition of Inside the Film Room, presented by Sharp. Bob Papa with Super Bowl champion Shaun O'Hara. James Bradberry had an outstanding first season with the New York Giants, but the other cornerback position was a bit of a question mark. But the Giants believe that they've solved that riddle with the signing of Adoree Jackson, a first-round draft pick of the Titans. And Shaun, we're going to take a look at Jackson at work, and he certainly is a guy that brings a lot of different elements to the field.
No doubt about it. He's a competitor, and every time you turn on the film, he's feisty. He's up in the receiver's face. He loves being physical with his hands. And I tell you, he's got a special skill, Bob. He's got a great ability to run with looking the other way and still keep up with receivers. So right out of the gate, let's just talk about who he's going against right here. This is a little man coverage right here against Josh Gordon. The thing that you'll notice about Adoree Jackson is he's never intimidated by the speed. I mean, he's right there. He's in his hip pocket the entire time. Manages to get his arm on this ball as it's coming in to the body. And look, he was never threatened whatsoever by the speed. So physically, while he may not be as tall as some of these receivers, he's absolutely strong enough and absolutely fast enough, and he's not scared to talk about it.
All right, what else do we have for Adoree?
So for Adoree Jackson, you know, I mentioned the speed aspect. How about, I mean, that was recovery speed, but how about closing speed and how about vision? All right, as a veteran corner right here, all right, this is, again, cover 3 defense, which Tennessee ran a lot of. The Giants like to run a lot of this same type of defense. It's a zone defense. He's responsible for this deep third right here, Bob. This safety's got the middle third, right? Well, as this play develops, all right, he's got 2 receivers that are threatening him, right? 1, 2. He's maintaining his depth, and he's also kind of leaking into the middle of this third part of the field. But his eyes, Bob, all right, he knows he's got these receivers. His eyes right now are through to the quarterback. So he's seeing the receivers as he's on his way to looking at the quarterback, and he sees that this ball is about to be thrown to this tight end. So great reaction right here to break this ball up. That's not even really his receiver. He's kind of covering that area, but because he sees the throw from the quarterback while looking at the receivers, it's just a great veteran play right there and great closing speed to break that up.
Yeah, and you know, he's a physical player, and obviously he's a player that playing for the Tennessee Titans and Mike Vrabel and now coming to the Giants, high football IQ. Take a look at him against the Washington football team.
Obviously, this is going to be a divisional opponent for him now. He's going to face them twice, but this stacked wide receiver formation down here at the bottom of the screen. All right, why do you do this if you're an offense? You're trying to confuse the coverage and you're trying to create a little bit of a rub route, and you're going to see this inside receiver try to create a little screen. And right now, all right, he kind of recognizes it, but he's in no man's land right now. All right, this receiver's going to cut in, and he's got to make sure he doesn't get picked by this guy. So he's got to bow around, but the closing speed and the athleticism right here, I mean, look at him drive on this slant right here, like Malcolm Butler in the Super Bowl, just driving on it and finishing through the receiver as he knocks this ball down. It's a great anticipation. That comes from great film study and, of course, the great acceleration that I talked about.
Yeah, and the other thing that he did there was that little hop step to get around the guy to make sure there was no contact to get him in position.
Yeah, absolutely. And that physical ability is something it's an art form, you know, that you can defend the ball without creating the penalty. Top of the screen here, Bob, you're going to see him in a little bailout technique right here. Here he is right here. And look, he's playing the go route the entire way right here. So that's great film study, great ability to see the offense, know the down and distance and what's happening. But this is an unbelievable athletically play right here. And you're going to see right here, I mean, this right here, you can't coach that. All right, you can either do that or you can't. And Adoree Jackson right there almost secures an unbelievable highlight reel interception right here as he jumps up, gets this one hand on the football. And Bob, that's probably one of the most athletic plays I've seen a corner make in a long time. You could see he's mad that he didn't come down with the interception, but a great pass breakup on the run there.
All right, well, that's a good look at Adoree Jackson. The Giants are happy to have him opposite James Bradberry, key to the Giants defense. That's a look at Adoree Jackson inside the film room, presented by Sharp.